What's up?
Welcome back. We are on episode 17. No, 18.
Ocho.
Welcome back to the Figuring Out podcast. My name's Dana.
My name's Dominique.
Dominique, how the hell are ya?
I'm pretty freaking good.
How's your week been? How's it hanging?
My week's been pretty good. I went to IKEA.
We talked
We
about
talked
that
about that. I did that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's
We
been
had
a couple
wine
days.
night. Yeah.
It's been a couple days.
We're jamming a little things in here.
But
Stacking up.
we had a wine night last night.
We did.
We drank some prosecco. We ate some
watched
chips.
a weird Aubrey Plaza movie.
As Aubrey Plaza as a nun. What was it called? The Little Hours.
Yeah, The Little Hours.
It was okay.
It was a medieval comedy.
Aubrey Plaza cursing, dressed as a nun, saying motherfucker a lot.
And weirdly erotic.
Extremely.
Extremely erotic.
One of the Franco brothers was in it. Only one. I don't know which one.
The most popular one. Well,
Debatable.
I mean, depending on the age
They're the same
group,
person. They're interchangeable. It's fine.
It was Dave Franco, the baby one.
Oh, baby. Yeah. So, Dana, how the fuck are you?
I'm okay. I'm getting over a mental health slump.
You're getting over it?
Yeah.
That's good.
I felt it, and then I was like, no, bitch. You're gonna step the fuck up.
Snap yourself right the fuck back from it.
Yeah.
Good.
And now I'm getting out of the rabbit hole.
Good. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Take it easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta work on my upper arm strength. Climbing out of that hole.
It's a good workout. So, this is gonna be a little bit of a quickie.
A little quickie.
Little
And
quickie
we
cast.
More guests!
More guests by the pair. Then this pair is one of my favorite pairs. They're some of my best friends.
This pair, we want to know, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you guys?
I'm Jen Tucci.
And I am Jen Tucci's counterpart.
He doesn't have a name. That's just what we refer to him as.
I'm Dan.
That's Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hello, thank you for having us.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming on. Today, we want to ask you a couple questions that we have for every guest, just to pick your brain and get to know exactly your inner workings. And then we want to ask you a little bit about
Your life.
and what you're doing and the adventures you're embarking on.
How you're figuring it out, so to speak.
It's, yeah. Let's go.
So, I don't know which one of us wants to kick this shit off.
I think since they're your best friends, I think you should kick it off.
I will do the honors of asking you the first question.
Okie doke.
We're gonna get pretty deep pretty quick. Sorry to spring this one on you guys.
Boy.
Do you guys have any words that you've heard throughout your life that have like really stuck with you? That you've really just like either like altered your perception of things or just you've really like followed or just really just like made you be like, whoa. Like snapped you into something.
So like words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom,
like something someone
words.
told me like when I was young. That
Like someone
really,
like got down on their knees, grabbed you by the shoulders, and was like, "Listen here, buddy."
It's funny. I actually was just thinking about this the other day,
Uh-huh.
and I can't remember what it was now.
That's useless to us, Daniel.
What about you? I'll remember it, but
I don't know. I've grown up to learn that being just strong and independent on your own and making sure you work for what you got is a good concept to grasp. And my mom kind of instilled that in me because she worked 2 jobs most of her life, having both me and my sister, being a single parent for a good chunk of it. And just I've learned that sometimes you just gotta buck up, shut up, and do what's best and get to where you need to be.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you just have to fucking fight for it.
Hell yeah.
Nothing comes easy in this world. Nothing's given to you for free, and life doesn't just give you handouts. You got to work your ass off for things, and
Absolutely.
It's definitely
all hard work.
Coming from a warrior mother
Hell yeah.
who literally has fought her entire life to get even where she is right now, like, it's a very empowering thing to be raised by someone like that.
Absolutely.
And to see those struggles.
It's hard to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Especially as a single fucking mother raising multiple kids.
Yeah, man.
It takes fucking strong. You can't be a feeble-minded bitch.
no.
Nope.
No, man.
No, man.
Have you thought about it?
I
Do
can't
you
remember
have
the
it?
exact thing, but the one thing that really comes to mind that I thankfully don't deal with much anymore is my dad always used to tell me that you can't change people who don't want to be changed. So if there's someone in your life who's just you want around but you can't deal with this one little aspect of them,
Yeah.
and you try to show them, if they don't realize it or if they don't ever show it, like the want to change it, it's never gonna happen. You kind of have to either deal with it or let it go. And that was a really big part of my life when I was younger, because a lot of my friends who weren't necessarily good for me at the time, I kept trying to make them good for me, and it obviously never happened, and it clicked,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
here we are with
Yeah.
good people finally.
Yeah, I had to learn that lesson the hard way. Like, no one ever
Yeah.
told me that people aren't always gonna like love you the same and like
no.
be exactly who you think that they are. And in high school, I learned that the hard way, and it was like super depressing and
Yeah.
definitely a good life lesson, and
Yeah.
also like,
It knocks you down a peg. And you're
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
it's very humbling. It's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, okay. Gotta.
but
They
also
are
one
who
of
they
those
are,
things.
yeah.
One of those things where like I wish I was warned that that was gonna happen to me at like some point in my life.
You gotta go through it.
Yeah.
To really get
Yeah.
it, you
I
gotta
would say
go through it.
I was warned and I still went through it. I mean, it's just
inevitable.
part of growing up, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, on the opposite end of positive things you were told when you were a kid, what do you think the biggest lie you were told as a kid was?
Oh, where to start?
It could be serious, it could be like a jokey answer, however you feel.
Whatever, just as long as it's a goddamn lie.
Once you graduate high school, like, you'll know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't exactly just fall
Yeah.
into place
Or,
like that.
I mean, even like college for that matter. Like what, picking your courses and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, I didn't go through that, but I still had to pick my courses and whatnot, just because that's what high school is, senior year.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do with my life. I still don't, and I'm 24 now. So that's probably the number one in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think to go along with that is a whole crock, and it's a whole
More
crock
of an
of shit.
alligator.
But when you look at it, like, I see people, like, friends and, like, just colleagues throw themselves into, myself even, throwing themselves into debt straight out of school because that's what you're told you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Just follow the
And,
line.
like, us as millennials deal with a ton of student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
and,
my
like,
god.
What do you mean? I thought we were just killing the mayonnaise.
And I feel like it's not something everybody talks about, but like it like student loans cripple you in trying to be an adult and trying to better your credit and trying to just live your life and with bills. It's like it's hard to pay for student loans on top of all of that because they want all your money and they're like, oh, here's a ton of interest on top of it, so you're not going to be done paying us for 50 or so years, probably until you're dead, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Unless you genuinely go into a job field where you're going to be making at least a 3-figure salary.
Yeah.
It's a concept that if you were to take it and describe it to someone, like, somewhere where it's not like that, it'd be like, what the fuck are you guys
Yeah, why
doing?
would you do that?
In other countries, it's that way. They can't believe that our education system is the way it is. I mean,
But
Because it doesn't make
America's-
sense.
It makes
setting-
no
It makes
sense.
dollars.
all setting us up to fail. We are just following
it's-
the herd.
Exactly. If
Yeah,
you're
we're taught to fall in line.
Yeah, exactly.
And to do.
We talked
eternally
about that.
indebted.
on-
Okay, yeah,
We talked
okay.
about that with Joe
Yep.
while we were on. We got super in depth with that. But yeah.
Shit's fucked, guys. Alright. We're gonna take it back a little bit. I think a couple years ago, maybe 5 to 7,
Hopefully.
if my math is correct. I don't know. How do you think 18-year-old you would feel about how you are now?
I think 18-year-old me would be surprised at where I'm at now. At this age.
Good surprise.
Good surprise, yes.
Good
yes.
surprise.
Good
Okay,
surprise.
good.
Surprised that I'm this far ahead in life right now. But at the same time, not surprised how I got there. So there was no epiphany for me where I was just like, oh, I'm a grow up now. I just kind of stumbled into it.
Okay.
So
you just look around and you're like,
and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm an adult now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably, it pretty much, I feel like how we stumbled into it, like we went from Jersey to California to just being not happy out in California, coming back to the East Coast, and we moved into Maryland with, luckily, Joey, who is both of our best friends.
Shout out to Joey.
Shout out to
Hope you're
Joey.
listening.
What's up, Joey?
What's up?
But we moved in with him for a couple of months, and then summer rolled around, and we looked for our own place. I found it on literally Facebook Marketplace,
Yeah.
and I called up. I went and seen it, and within 2 weeks we were moving in. So it just kind of all happened really fast, and a lot of money went into it, and it was just like a whole whirlwind. But like after, I would say, a couple months of being there and being more settled in, we've gotten used to like the flow of things pretty much.
But what would 18-year-old you think?
But I think 18...
Yeah, what would 18-year-old Jen say about the whirlwind and flow of things?
I
Not
wouldn't
even
have
just that, just
imagined
general.
myself
In general.
Yeah.
being here.
Generally whirlwind.
And like
Yeah.
Right here.
being
right now.
just being where I'm
January
at
12th.
with my own place, with a loyal and respectful boyfriend, being happy for the most part with where my life is. I'm working a lot, so that's the only downside to everything, but
You just got a new job.
I just got a new job, and it's a good job.
It's a good job.
So I'm happy about that. Happy about that. So I didn't, oh my God, 18-year-old me would not picture myself where I am at right now with this
No.
kind of job. And
Where do you think 18-year-old you thought you would be at your age now?
18-year-old me was in college, university, and I was assuming I was going to be a culinary chef, but that dream quickly died after I went to culinary school, and I was like, yeah, working in a kitchen for 60 hours for minimum pay after going through what most of these people are going to go through for $100,000 worth of student loan debt. I was like, to work for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, most 5-star restaurants aren't willing to just take you in.
No.
No, man. You
And
don't work.
Not anymore.
I cut that
No.
dream real quick, and I was like, I need to go separate way with this. I need to get myself out of this as quick as possible. So it was a kind of real eye-opening experience when I turned 18 in a way, but at the same time, now I'm 23. No, I'm not 23 yet, but I'm turning 23 this year, and I'm just like grasping it all, essentially. I'm grasping what the real world really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when I was 18 in a fog in university, I didn't know what real bills were. Even when I moved home, I only paid a couple of different bills that were cheap. And I was like, now that I'm out with a car bill, rent,
Yeah.
The whole nine.
the whole nine, it's a whole new experience. And I didn't think 18-year-old me was going to learn that this soon, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were...
How did you guys make the decision that you were like, we are ready to like go on our own and do this and like...
We basically told that we needed, they didn't want us to move out, but they wanted us to pay more rent. We just, at that point we wanted more privacy and we wanted to be in our own place for a couple of months, and we knew it was time to spread our wings.
Because you were living with your mom
So-
at the time, right?
No, I think
Or no, you were living
No, we were
that
living
was
with
Joey.
Joey.
With Joe, you mean it more? How did we know together that we were able to?
Yes.
We had lived together for quite some time, like fairly early in the relationship. We started living together due to some circumstances on my end. And then that was with her mom, so I mean that kind of wasn't really alone.
Yeah.
And then California was with my mom, and then with our friend. And yeah, like she said, some circumstances arises where it kind of was almost like, I don't want to say rushed, but kind of like put it out there where like, hey, like we can do this. Because the original plan for us was to get a house with some roommates. And then that plan that fell through last minute. So we're like, we can do this on our own. So it's just kind of a realization through circumstance where we realized we can do this on our own. We can make ends meet. And
Nice.
I think we're better off now that way than we would have been, anyway,
Yeah.
because we have all the privacy and, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, are you comfortable saying where you guys are living now? Not exactly like your address per se, but like state.
I would say
I like it.
Maryland is a pretty solid state to live in. It's got what I need for the most part. Aside from good pizza and bagels, but I'll deal, I
The
guess.
essentials.
But it's only a 2-hour drive
Yeah.
to the shore,
And
so you
it's
can get your
to the
bagel and
shore.
pizza fix.
Small price to pay for
Yeah.
some good bagels.
Yeah.
It indeed, and good friends, good family.
Hell yeah.
It's all down here.
Since you guys
So
have been living on your own, what have you found is like your most important adult life hack?
Hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
budgeting,
Like writing down.
sitting
That's
and
what she
fucking
does,
writing
yeah.
down my bills
Yeah.
and writing down how much I'll spend and keep trying to stick to that at least within a $10 to $15 range of that budget every week.
Mhm.
Like budgeting is what keeps me essentially in check, and it helps me save a little more money every single month.
Yeah.
And that's vital.
do you
You
use like a
can't-
budgeting app or do you like do
No,
it? In,
she-
like, a notebook?
She writes it out
have
by
a
hand
journal
and
and I
yeah.
literally just write it down, all our bills,
Yep.
and I calculate it, and I essentially, because I pretty much for the most part, at least where I was with my other job, I knew what my checks were going to be every week, so I budgeted that out. But now that I'm working a new job, plus picking up, I'm still working with Wawa for 1 to 2 days a week. I'm making a little bit more money, so I have to switch up my budget, but that means I'll even be able to, spend a little more and save a little more, so.
I'd have to
Nice.
say, my hack is keep up with the laundry. That shit can
Very
get
true.
terrible real quick.
Very
It is right now. Our dryer broke. So we can wash them at home. So then we have to like wash all of them in one mass group and then take it off to the laundromat, dry it, and then bring it back. It's fun.
Oh no.
But keeping up with the laundry is like detrimental to keeping a clean house, especially when you live in a place as small as ours.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest hack.
As someone who's been doing her own laundry since she's like 10 years old,
Yeah.
making sure your laundry's done
Jen has never
is
done laundry.
key.
Shut up. I
to
do laundry.
Being sane.
I did laundry for us when we had our working washer and dryer.
But once
Yeah.
your dryer died, you're
But once
Oh,
you
yeah,
just,
then I
I'm
have
tapping
to-
out.
All of it.
I'll throw it in. You just take it to the laundromat while I cook dinner.
Anyway.
So we're just going back in time in this episode. This is just total time warp.
Time warp.
Time
Time
warp.
capsule.
Let's do the please don't sue us again. If you had to put your favorite childhood memory into 3 words.
Favorite childhood memory into 3 words. Oh, wow. I don't even know what my favorite childhood memory is.
Yeah, me either.
Or like a most
Like
stand out.
a big part of
Yeah, like when you think of your childhood, like this image pops up of like that memory.
That's a good one.
Do you have one, Jen?
Do you guys have one?
Favorite childhood memory?
For me, well, mine. Okay. The most standout childhood memory of mine is traumatic, so it's not my favorite.
That's
I feel like trauma is like a blinking
I'll say
like
we're
light
kind of
in
on
your
the same
brain.
line. I'm trying to think of something good.
But I think one of my favorite childhood memories, my godmother took me to Princesses on Ice, or Disney on Ice,
Yeah.
or something like that, and we were like front row. And she got me cotton candy and one of those like light up spinny things.
Yeah.
And I had the time of my life. And she was like my favorite person growing up. So
Okay.
that I think is one of my favorite childhood memories.
Mine's backyard, moving truck.
Oh wait, it was 3 words.
It was 3 words.
Oh my
wow.
god.
You're
You
good.
like exceeded your limit.
See, I
Disqualified.
I thought of mine, but I was going to kind of do the same. I was going to give the 3 and then explain why.
My 3, and I'm not even going to explain it. I'm going to leave you fucking
Sure.
wondering. I'm going to leave you up at night. Backyard, moving truck, Wawa hot dog.
Wawa hot dog.
Honestly,
No further questions.
time.
No further questions, please. So,
Mine are more so not one experience, but just 3 that kind of sum up the best parts of my childhood that I remember.
yeah.
Okay.
It would be like backyard woods.
Okay.
So I had woods in my backyard.
Yeah.
So woods, basement, and bears.
Bears.
I had a lot going
Dark.
on.
Oh my.
No, not like that. Yeah, but the basement in the house I grew up with,
Yeah.
that's where like all my stuff was.
Mhm.
So that's where I would always go down and just spend time with myself and do what I wanted
My
to
brother
do.
had his man
So,
cave in our basement
Exactly.
too.
Yeah, essentially a man
Mhm.
cave, but
Hell
you
yeah.
know,
He
as a child.
basically he started like basically living down there when he was like 9.
And then
Yeah,
he
that's-
hasn't been
yeah.
out since.
Yeah.
We don't really hear from him
Yeah.
much anymore. What about you, Jennifer? 3 words.
I would say Filipino family
So one more word.
love.
Aww.
Nice.
Yeah, I grew up around a big family, and I just always remember being there, being around my family, eating a lot of food, being always told to eat. It's the same way when we go now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a major thing I've carried through my life. That's why I still to this day, I go to make sure I spend the holidays, at least one holiday with them to give me peace of mind, because that is like my family, and that is what makes me happy at the end of the day, getting to spend some time with them.
Yeah, man. Being
That's
surrounded
beautiful.
by true love is like so stress relieving and just refreshes you so
Mhm.
much.
And well, they're very cultural, and they'll tell me, oh, why'd you get so many tattoos, and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, they love me more than anything, so it's a good feeling.
It's a fresh
Yeah.
breath of air.
Yeah,
That's forever, man.
yeah, exactly.
While we're talking about being young, what did you want to be when you were a child?
An astronaut.
You wanted to be an astronaut?
100%.
Till what age did you want to be an astronaut?
Pretty late actually.
Yeah.
Even because I had initially been fascinated with space. I mean, I still am fascinated with space and the stars and everything. So I was like, that's what I want to be. And even when it got into like the younger teens, I was looking at piloting schools and like
interesting.
everything, like even as far as that, to try to kind of get the ball rolling a
Yeah.
little bit. Obviously, you know, it was a pretty big dream.
Yeah, get the pilot's
But-
license,
but-
and then I can apply to NASA.
Yeah, but yeah, that was like my thing when I was growing up. I wanted to be an astronaut.
Nice. And then what about you, Jen?
I'm not
What
sure.
did I want it to be?
An adult.
No. I think for the most part, I wanted to be a cake decorator, actually.
Really?
And I carried that into like high school
In,
when
like,
I went to
culinary.
Vo-Tech for culinary for it.
Mhm.
And like I said, I went to Johnson and Wales, and I went to university, and I just thought about it, and I was like, end goal would be hoping to open a shop, and opening a shop would be really hard with a lot of student loan debt. So
Very true.
that dream
Very
kind of
true.
got a little crushed. So, but at
Maybe
the end
one
of the day, that's not what I truly wanted to do. Like,
Mhm.
it is something I enjoy doing as a hobby, but I can't see myself doing it as a career.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
I
good.
feel that way.
Sometimes they have to be separated. Sometimes they're not separated for everybody, but like sometimes you gotta work.
I feel
to
a
do
lot
it.
of people.
In my spare time, I do go to the moon and stuff. So I
Well, there you
agree.
go. It all works out.
If
You're
if
friends
you're,
with
if
Elon
you-
Musk.
I was gonna say if you're Elon Musk, then yeah, it literally can be a hobby.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Truly.
I feel a lot of the time people will try and make their hobbies a career, and a lot of the time people will end up hating their careers and hating the hobby.
Well,
that
hating
they,
hating the thing they initially loved.
hating
like
the thing
that's a
they
mistake a
initially
lot of
loved
people make.
because people.
Creates. Such
I feel like
burnout.
the second.
Keep your hobbies and your career separate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like the
You still make
second
money
you
off your
essentially
hobbies.
Of
try
course.
and mesh things, especially if you're trying just supposed to sell your art and things like that, some people try to con you out of like, and it makes you hate doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that kills it.
Yeah. It puts up unnecessary hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
So, really important question.
Oh no.
I know. I really didn't want to spring this
No.
on you, but I got it. I got it. You guys are my best friends. I hope you understand.
What came first?
If animals could talk, who do you think would be the biggest asshole?
Oh, the biggest asshole?
The biggest asshole.
One of your cats that are
donkey.
meowing right now.
Uh,
is currently
a donkey?
the biggest asshole.
Why? What do you think my cat would be saying if it could talk right now?
Give me some food, you fucking dickhead.
Their bowls are
Excuse
full,
me.
for the record.
They're saying, Mom,
Mom,
Mommy,
Mom,
Mama, mother. Hi.
who are these people?
The biggest asshole, really. My cat, specifically.
No. Alpacas.
I said a donkey.
They would.
Why? Because they're an
because-
ass.
Exactly.
So,
Technically.
donkey is as donkey does.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Doo-doo.
The biggest ass.
Biggest asshole.
Them fish with the light bulbs on the head.
Because they be grumpy assholes.
Yeah.
They're assholes nonetheless. Them bitches, did you know they're not small?
They're
No.
They're like 6 foot.
Yeah, they're fucking giant.
Like what?
You can't be little bitches swimming that
Angrily.
like, deeply in the depths of the sea.
That's
Are you?
deep too. You know how strong their skeleton or whatever would have to be to just handle that pressure.
Yeah, being
That
so
is-
deep in the
You got to think, that's that much water weighed down on you.
Under pressure. Dun, 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 dun. So that's what we got. We got a fish and my cat.
And no, an alpaca.
Why an alpaca? Why would they
They
be
spit at
assholes?
you.
They just seem like they're asshole. Like they seem like the snooty,
They do
I'm
seem-
better than you kind of asshole.
Like
Yeah.
their face
Where's
just.
their neck?
Like
And
not
then
like
they'll
the
spit at
fuck
you.
you boy.
They're
like
they're like the bitchy
constant-
cousin to the llama,
Yeah, like the constantly trying to outdo you.
Yeah.
The constant
and the llama's just there to
alpaca?
have fun. She's
Yeah.
like, why
Yeah.
can't you be more like us?
Can you just loosen the fuck up, Lawrence, for
Exactly.
once in your life?
Lawrence the alpaca. That's a good name.
For an alpaca, you're goddamn right it is.
Well, guys, we have to start wrapping it up.
Unfortunately, wrapping it up like the present it was.
Of the present.
But
Well, I guess
for
it's the
you guys
past
to
now.
put the bow on top, we have 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
Can you guys please each ask a question for us to ask the next guest?
Anything.
Anything?
Any-
Any
Anything.
type of question. It could be surface level. It could be as deep as your butthole.
Do you think we could be living inside of a dome with intense graphics And if you don't, why do you think we can?
Like a simulation.
Like a simulation.
A simulation.
Okay.
Are we living
Word.
in this simulation? Could we be living?
Could
in
we
a
be living?
Not
in a
are we. Is it plausible that we are?
Okay.
And can you convince yourself that we are not?
So
Yes,
that's
the
a
question.
joint question.
that
No.
could be a joint question.
Could it? Okay.
Unless you want to have a
that
little
could be a
growth
whole-
attached to
That
it.
could be a whole topic, honestly.
100%.
You could
You
have
could
a little
talk about
humor
that a whole
question
show.
attached to it.
Do you want to ask another question? Or do you want to leave it at that joint question?
That'll be our joint question, but I will have a separate one, and it will
Okay.
be, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
You got that?
Short and sweet and to the point.
I got
Alright.
it. Love it.
I want a number.
Okay.
I need to know. I've been wondering my whole life.
We'll call you while we record
Thank
with
you.
the next people.
Thank
We'll call you guys in.
We'll FaceTime you in.
It'll be real, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. Fantastic phone a friendship.
Can I phone a friend?
Phone a friend, I need a lifeline here.
Okay, final and most important question.
What would you like to leave the listeners with? What little word of advice or
What's the one
Anything.
thing that you want the listeners to take away?
This is like the end of Hot Ones where they say, that camera, that camera, that camera, the floor is yours, I'm rolling out the red car. Anyway. Then,
Love your friends, love your family, love everyone around you, and stop spreading hate in this world.
and most importantly, love yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. I love that.
That was great.
And I love you guys for coming on.
Thank you for
guys.
having us again.
Thank you for
This is
having us.
actually
Awesome.
this was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
I enjoyed it.
Good. Do you guys want to plug yourselves so people can find you on social media?
I'm good.
Your band?
Okay.
we don't have a name yet.
Jen Tucci, 3 N's on Instagram. What's up?
Hey.
It's like it's Gucci with a T.
Check out her makeup skills, bitches. I'd be impressed.
Dominique, where can they find you on Twitter and Instagram?
Y'all want to check me out? You can find me at Dommy Darko. That is DOMMY _DARK and the number 0. And Dana, what about yourself?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DanaRenee _ and on Instagram at DanaRenee __. I'm working on changing it.
God
Don't
damn it.
yell at me.
Dana, I'm gonna yell at you at every fucking... Change it.
DANARENEE __.
Double underscore.
Double fucking under... Right? I keep telling her.
The single
I
underscore is
actually had
taken on
Yeah.
Instagram. So
I've had that issue before.
She's working on it. She's
Yeah.
working on it.
Understandable.
I'm getting in contact with Instagram.
You-
We'll talk next.
You have
We'll
to
talk
We'll
about
update you.
copyright it.
But you'll have
That,
to tune
and
in.
then you can even sue the other person.
We'll talk offline.
That-
And we will talk to you guys next week with our third guest.
He's excited. We're excited. We hope you're excited.
And we love you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.